We're in a second lockdown, we're in a second lockdown, la 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 la, ba-dum ba-dum la la la. Hi guys, I'm Shelley, welcome back to my channel. And lockdown number 2. This one's for a whole month. Oh goody. I mean really, only my government could think to put us in lockdown on the 5th of November. Has V for Vendetta taught you anything? Nothing? I thought I would do what I plan to read in lockdown number 2. Some of these books are not out yet because I rejoined NetGalley, which is a place where booktubers and book reviewers like myself and many other people can get access to books early and review them for honest reviews. Some of these books will be coming in the new year and I will tell you the dates they come out. Is that how booktubers do it? I'm so good at this, aren't I? Yay! I've got 5 new books for you that I'm either gonna read or may have already read because I needed some cheering up, people. Book number 1 is the Breakup Hair Handbook, which looks like this. It's beautiful, it's shiny, I love it. Look at all the colours. This is by Jenna Luke. I can't pronounce her last name, I apologise. It will be published in 2021, that magical year we are still waiting on, by Andrews McMeel Publishing. This is a book about changing your hair after anything dramatic or a big breakup happens in your life, because let's face it, I have done that a hell of a lot. I have a whole back catalogue of multiple hairstyles that have happened after something traumatic has happened. I've had the bold stage, the questionable orange stage, as I tried to turn blonde, but underestimated exactly how much red is in my hair. The green stage, the blue stage, the very long pink stage that lasted for most of my teens, and then inevitably I finally got it right, the blonde stage, until we get to this, which is sort of browny red. Basically I've gotten to the stage where my hair will not take bleach anymore because it just falls out. So this book very much spoke to my heart, but it's not just all tongue-in-cheek of different hairstyles and oh woe is me, I've broken up with somebody so I'm gonna change my hair. No, that's the thing that gets you into this book, but this book is so just filled with beautiful self-care tips, feminist quotes, acknowledging that changing your hair colour or going out clubbing or reading a self-help book will not cure heartbreak. It will not cure the pain you are in, but it will distract you enough at the time to give you time to heal. It is all of these things mixed through the laughter of wanting to cut your own fringe at 2 a.m. Which, by the way, this is what this is. This is a 2 a.m. fringe because I'd had enough. Book number 2, Love is a Revolution by Renee Watson. This comes out February 2021 and is published by Bloomsbury. This is the story of Nala. She is on summer break before, I believe, the year before her senior year in high school. I get American high school years mixed up. She lives with her aunt and her uncle and her cousin, who is more like a sister and a best friend, so she calls her sister, cousin, best friend, who is called Imani. Imani and Nala have been joined at the hip since they were little wee ones. They do everything together. When Imani joins a activist group called Inspire Harlem, Nala goes along to her birthday to a performance and meets the beautiful and charismatic Ty. Nala's just like, you're pretty, I have to get to know you. But to win his affection, she sort of starts turning into a person that she thinks he would like. And within that sort of loses herself and starts telling so many white lies she doesn't really know where she begins or where the version that she's told everybody begins. It's also a beautiful look at matriarchy because you have Nala, you have her aunt, you have her grandmother, you have her mother. It is a story about family and a beautifully told story about Harlem. I can taste the things, I can smell the things, I can hear the traffic. It's so beautiful the way that Renee has written Harlem, and I really loved this book. Book 3 is Let's Do It, the authorised biography of Victoria Wood by Jasper Rees. This is out now. You can read this now. I actually got to a book that you can read now, and this is published by Trapeze. Oh, this one hurt. I'm telling you. I read it on audio and my heart. So if you don't know who Victoria Wood is, it was a beloved comedian here in the UK. I mean, just so much. I'm gonna have trouble talking about this because the amount of emotion I got reading it She never wrote her biography. It was one of those things that was on the shelf. She was going to get round to it, but she never got the chance to. So this is told by her friends, her family, and the people who worked with her. And then also through her diaries, she kept audio diaries. She had a little tape recorder that she would talk into the story of her life from birth to death through her words and other people's. Victoria was all-round talented. She wasn't just a comedian. She wrote TV dramas. She wrote musicals. She wrote the most beautiful songs, her most famous being Let's Do It, which I will link down below because they're hilarious. She modernised it as time went by. She wrote it, I believe, in the 80s maybe, and then she modernised it for the early 2000s, sticking in people like Russell Brand and stuff like that to make it more relevant. This book at the end made me cry because on the audiobook it's a very, very long book. You listen to about 11 hours of people talking about Victoria, and then right at the end you hear her. They play a little snippet of a gig that she did that they talked about at the beginning of the book. They talked about how it went off piece and everything went slightly wrong, and then they play it and you're just like, oh friggin' hell. I don't know how to describe what Victoria was. She was voices of generations of women going up on stage talking about menopause, talking about everything. I will leave some links down to Victoria down below, but this book is very well written. The audiobook is produced beautifully, and if you're even just slightly a fan of Victoria Wood, I would suggest reading this. It made my heart just all of the feels. Then Alice Oseman brought out a novella. It's a solitaire and heartstopper novella, heartstopper being there. It's called This Winter, and it is published by HarperCollins, and it came out, I think, like 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. Oh, more Charlie, more Tori, and more baby, I want to say Oliver. Yes, Oliver Spring. This is basically Christmas in the Spring house. The timeline is as Charlie's just come out of treatment for having anorexia. It's Christmas, there's a lot of food, there's a lot of tension, nobody really knows how to deal with everybody and everybody's walking on eggshells. There's a lot of talk about eating disorders and anxiety disorders and how to deal with that, but mixed up in all of that is cute humans, baggy sweatshirts, puppies, and a hell of a lot of Mario Kart. And I just love the family dynamic. And last but not least, book number 5, I'm going to have serious trouble saying. Toxfix Almanac. Did I say that right? I'm not sure. By the lovely, the wonderful, the all-round stupendous Sandi Toksvig, her of QI, Bake Off, all of the things. Though technically she's not on Bake Off anymore, but I miss her. I mean, Matt Lucas is alright, but I miss Sandi. Hopefully it should be published by the time this video comes out, and it's published by Orion. This is, and I've written it down because there's no way I'm going to be able to say this by remembering it, an electric meander through the history of the year. I believe it's Take Any Day in Any Year, and she tells you a little bit about it. While we were in lockdown number 1, you remember that thing that happened back in April? The lovely Sandi started doing daily videos where she would pick that day in the year, and she would find something interesting about it in her library of wonderfulness. She'd just sit there in a rocking chair with her dog and tell you something really, really interesting about that day in history. And now she has turned that into a book, and I can't wait to get my hands on it because it sounds amazing. This book will guide you through the corners of neglected history, to tell the tales of the figures that you didn't find out about in school, from pirate nuns to serial killers, and I really hope they're not the same thing because that would be quite alarming. These stories are mixed in with little tips throughout the year, such as which month would one be most likely to be killed by a wolf? I mean, how could you not want this book? I cannot wait. This is going to be absolutely nuts, and I am here for it. I have a feeling I'm just going to read a little bit a day, just to cheer me up while this lockdown goes on forever, because let's face it, we're not getting out of this on the 2nd of December. So they're the books that I have sort of already slightly read and I'm going to read throughout lockdown number 2. There will be plenty more books. I mean, I could do a whole video on The Black Flamingo by Dean Atta because, oh my god, was that brilliant. Actually, maybe I should. I've read a lot of books and I don't know how to put them in succinct thoughts orders, which is slightly worrying for a booktuber. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope maybe you contemplate reading some of these books because they are rather fabulous. I am keen on them, basically. Do you have reading plans for your lockdown number 2? What are you reading? What are you planning? Are you okay? Would you like a hug? Because I'm more than happy to somehow social distance hug you. I mean, basically, I just really need a hug. It's been a long time and I'm annoyed. Anyway, hope you guys are good. I will see you guys soon if I haven't gone completely crazy. Right, bye! I mean, really, this is just my life anyway. I don't know why I'm finding it so stressy. Ooh, I wonder if I just hibernate till like flipping January. But then it's cold in January. I don't like January. I don't know. This has been a really long video.